See, I'm definitely going to be one of those people that's making tier lists. Uh, no, I won't be. Not in the foreseeable future because this is kind of it's kind of boring. I tried making it beforehand, but I'm just going to use somebody else's template. What we're going to be talking about is what's the worst world in Kingdom Hearts 1. So let me actually refresh this. All right. So there's no tiers. The only tier is the super F tier. Everything else is just subjective. So it's going to be favorites, really good, pretty good, okay, almost worst. All right. So right off the bat, Destiny Island's in the middle. Traverse Town. Let's use this for Traverse Town. Um, I want to say that Traverse Town is pretty good. And this is not a slight on Destiny Islands either. It's just that there's really not much to do in Destiny Islands. It's intro level, and you don't get to go back to it until the, um, I guess, spoilers here. You don't have to go back to like the end of the game. Oh, 1 second. Letting my food burn. So you know what? To be fair, I think I'm actually just gonna get rid of this and just say that there's just the middle tier of pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this. And these aren't gonna be in order because we're really talking about this. It's them really talking about the F tier. What's the worst world? Now, here's been everyone's opinion that Atlantica is just awful. It's just the worst world. Never shouldn't have existed. It's a concept. I I just got done playing through Kingdom Hearts 1 again. I haven't 100% everything. So everybody has Atlantica as the worst world. I'll say easily that these are like probably like the three best worlds. Um, and there's a couple in here that are pretty good. Um, I think Traverse Town is the third really good one. I don't think it deserves to be with everything else. 100 Acre Woods. 100 Acre Woods is almost the worst. I don't know what everybody is like all nostalgia on with Kingdom Hearts 3 on like how bad 100 Acre Woods is in there. Like it's not great ever. It's not really great. It's just mini games. It's really dependent on what rewards you get. And in Kingdom Hearts 3, there's nothing really substantial you need from it. Except for the ingredients, it's just easier to farm there if you're better at the minigame than basically going back and forth, back and forth. It's not somewhere you go end game, right? Once you get all of your platforming stuff. Kingdom Hearts 2 just it gives you Kiraga. Kingdom Hearts 1 it has like a special place in everyone's heart. I played it again. Some stuff's cool. It's still boring, a lot of it. So we're stuck with just these two worlds. We're just stuck with. So I'm going to put everything here, right? Now, out of these three worlds, um, I'll leave 100 Acre Woods in the pretty good because there's some stuff that's okay. I'll leave it in pretty good for right now. So the worst world. So everybody goes on and on about Atlantica. There's a couple of things I'm gonna leave out when talking about Atlantica. The rare heartless, because every rare heartless is different. The location of the rare heartless, like one of them's found in Atlantica, it's also found somewhere else, and it's just you can't do it in Atlantica because you can't use a move you need to while underwater. So I'm gonna leave out rare heartless. I'm gonna leave out the Keyblade because the Keyblade is separate. Um, and everything else, story, the adventure of it, the boss, enemies, gameplay, everything else. That's what's all going to count. Is Atlantica really the worst world at the end of that? Well, everyone goes on and on about Atlantica with two things. One, Ursula. Ursula 2 specifically. Ursula 1 is nothing. It's just a war of attrition. Ursula 2 is a fucking pain in the ass. Um, and the underwater controls. Now, here's what I'll say about Ursula 2. I don't think I can pick any boss. I don't think I can pick any boss that's in any other world that's worse than Ursula 2. I'll have to go with she's the worst boss, but does she make the rest of the world really bad? I don't think so. The thing about Atlantica is I'm going to compare these other two ones. Parasite Cage. Parasite Cage is nothing special. It's really nothing special. The boss itself sucks. If you don't have guard, it becomes so much harder. Two of its attacks, actually I think three, because the double-handed swing is separate. I think three of its like 5 attacks are child's play with guard. The only thing that makes the boss difficult, Parasite Cage, or a pain in the ass, not even difficult, it makes it a pain in the ass, is the ass on the floor, and there's so much damage at that point. That's where it makes it like the biggest pain in the ass. You have no room. Donald and Goofy are the only possible people. Donald dies constantly. You can't ever get healed by Donald. Donald won't do anything the whole battle, unless you're super over leveled, which this doesn't. We're going to take that out of this consideration. So Parasite Cage is nothing special. You fight it twice. Yeah, you fight it twice. The first one, you got Riku there. That's a cool fight. That's about the same thing as, what's her face? Number 1. Ursula 1. It's not the same thing. It's got some neat mechanics. It's all right. Parasite Cage 2 is just annoying. It doesn't have to be. It's just the stage, the setting. Now, Neverland. I know this is not the original Neverland. I don't know exactly which one of these is, so we're going to use this. Neverland. Oh, boy. I don't think I enjoyed a lot of Neverland. Coming back to it. I've completed everything. I haven't I completed all the worlds, except for Final Boss. Everything else was done. Dalmatians. I think I'm still missing a yellow journey, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, as I'm contradicting myself like halfway through every sentence. So I've done all the worlds. I've gone back through them, and the nostalgia glasses are definitely off for Kingdom Hearts 1 in general. Nostalgia glasses are off playing that game. Neverland was not an enjoyable world. But we're just talking about bosses right now. There's Auntie Sora, and there's Captain Hook. Both bosses are annoying, gimmicky, have small little bullshit in there that I don't like. Number 1, with the Auntie Sora, or Shadow Sora, whatever his name is, the one that gives you Ravenclaw. Once he gets down to like half health, the revenge value with the teleporting is annoying. The size of the room is annoying. The fact that he just spawns multiples and teleports is annoying. Is it hard? No. It's annoying. If Auntie Sora happened on the outside of Olympus Coliseum or in Olympus Coliseum, it would be nothing. He'd be a simple, stupid boss. It'd be nothing. Captain Hook, too. If Captain Hook didn't have those Heartless spawning, specifically the Battleship Heartless, this would be fine. But I can't say that boss fight's even fun or enjoyable. Flying around is the same as underwater to me. It takes away your combos. It's clunky and all over the place. The control that I have underwater, though, with my movements, I'll say that I'm slower than I need to be against Ursula because of her stupid ass stuff. But against every other enemy, like, I'm fine besides the fact that I can't guard. And when I was going through it, I didn't have guard at Atlantica anyway, so it wouldn't have even, like, even if I could have guarded, it wouldn't have mattered. I got it at, like, in the beginning of Halloween Town. But Captain Hook is not a fun fight. I don't like those ship Heartless constantly spawning. They, especially on Proud mode, it's not fun. It's not fun. Having to arrow and, like, you can't, my whole battle strategy was don't deal with them. And it's just not fun. You know, a couple of tries of the same thing. It's not like I grew from that match anyway. Same with Ursula. Why Ursula's not a good boss battle, you don't grow from Ursula. It's good that you got her before Chernobog, because her boss fight makes Chernobog look pathetic later on, especially with Era. Like the amount of stuff you have then, Chernobog is nothing compared to Ursula. And here's what we're talking about of like everybody wants to say that the underwater stuff sucks, but Chernobog is a better boss than Captain Hook or Ursula 2. End of story. So flying, which I've said is I've put in the same tier as swimming. I like them about the same, and Chernobog's still a better boss. Ursula and Captain Hook just suck as bosses. And neither of them are the worst world. There is no way in good conscience that I can put Monstro, that I could say I had more fun or as much fun in Monstro as I did in Neverland or Atlantica. Neverland, I can't say I like the enemies. I like the bandits. I like some of the air bandits, okay? I like the pirate ship Heartless. Sometimes. But I like the pirate ship Heartless about as much as I like the big Heartless from Atlantica, the big fish, whatever it was. The green electric soldiers, the like, are they squid-looking Heartless, the ones you can destroy with fire? I like them. They're nice designs. They're done well. I'd say the green spear Heartless you don't have as much to deal with because you can't guard or use sliding dash in the water. But Atlantica makes you think about magic a lot more. Fire disrupts the other guys. You can use gravity on the big ones. I believe Blizzard and Arrow are kind of how you deal with the green spear type Heartless. It makes you think about magic more. And Neverland makes you deal with aerial combat. So what about Monstro? Why is that down there? Monstro's not fun. Monstro's not fun. To say that Monstro's not like designed well, the opening cavern looks great. It looks very great. And once you go through either the upper or down door, it's the same stuff. It looks the same. It's not fun. It's not even fun endgame. You know, I was searching for a chest that I thought that I might not have gotten there. And then I was between chamber 5 and 6 and I was like, wow, now I really remember why I don't like this world. Now I remember why this is like, this and Atlantica are my stopping points for Chain of Memories, because then I get to that world and I go, ugh, and it takes me so long to get through it. I don't think the level design is great. The enemies there, the search ghosts, and what else was there? The barrel spiders. They're cool. They're fine. I don't like the world. There's not much to do there. It doesn't hold a large amount of significance. And the boss fight is like, there's a boss fight that's also on the same tier as Atlantica and Neverland. And all three of those worlds are definitely like bottom tier. There's nothing that's worse than them. But what we get to in Monstro as well is going back to the world. If you need to revisit the world and sometimes Monstro's not there. Now, I haven't done this in the remix. I've only gone there twice because I specifically will wait and do everything I can around Monstro. And I will wait to go back to Monstro until I can do everything there. And I still forgot something. The stupid ghost, the stupid rare Heartless. And I still forgot something. And it's just not fun. Contemplating, wait, am I going to have to do the rest of this ride? Then you get there, then you get to Monstro and be like, and you're jumping on the planks and the platforms and everything, and then you go inside, and then all the enjoyment, the excitement, everything's just taken out. It's not fun. Again, this whole thing is completely subjective, people. You know, completely subjective. It's what a tier list is. And I will argue with you if you want to put any world other than Destiny Islands down here. And this is Traverse Town, for anyone who's wondering. If you want to put anything below these three worlds, it could be Destiny Islands. I could say as a world, it could be Olympus Coliseum, but it has the Coliseum. I could say it could be Hundred Acre Woods, um, but at least those mini games are kind of like there's enjoyable parts there. Even if the monotonous stuff, it's over quickly. You're not there long. The amount of rewards and what you get for the amount of time you actually spend in the world is great. I think objectively, there none of these worlds are the worst. Now, these specifically, these three down here, are ordered. I will give Neverland that it has that extra boss of the Time Phantom, even though I don't like it. I will say that just if every world had their own small optional boss or something else other than a rare Heartless, it would have been great. That's kind of like what Kingdom Hearts 2 does with super bosses and shit. I really have it like here, but I will put this here just for everyone else's sanity. Um, because it has a secret boss. Um, I don't even want to give it because the Trinity, because you get Arrow there. I don't even want to say that. I have it like this because what they have you do with the chest, fire, blizzard, thunder, and everything, um, is nice. It's a nice change of pace to everything else, uh, especially Neverland. Neverland doesn't really have a lot of chests, and once you get flying, everything is monotonous with it. It's so it's so simple. It's so simple. So objectively, I think these three are the worst. Um, Up here, I can't order these. They're all different. They've all got their ups and downs. End of the World kind of doesn't have any value going back. Halloween Town only has the front gate, so you have to go through the entire world to get through anything. And Hollow Bastion, some of the waterway bubble stuff can get a little with the elevators and finding all the chests. 100% completing this world can be a pain in the ass. But this is kind of the best out of all of them. I'd say Halloween Town and then End of the World. Quickly down to here, if you want to put any of these, if you want to put either of these like this, that's fine. I don't have a problem. If you want to put this like this and there's no super F tier, I don't care. If you want to put this here or this here, I have a problem. I don't think Monstro's nowhere near these other two. Neverland, all the things that um, there are things that I like from it. The flying is okay in certain sections. Like I like going around the clock tower. It's a nice open world. Even the ship deck is alright. But Neverland's got a couple of things. Its music is okay. But Atlantica also has Under the Sea. It's the second best, just chill, laid back music. Besides, This Is Halloween. So if we're talking about music wise, this is up here. It's really, really good. I like Under the Sea. And it's a great rendition of it too. But there's no way that Monster was better than these. No way in good conscience can I say that. The rest of these pretty goods aren't ordered. These really goods aren't ordered either. I don't think these three can be ordered. They're all really great. Yeah, it's mostly these F tiers. These just aren't fun. Anyone who hasn't played Kingdom Hearts 1 in a while, go back and play Kingdom Hearts 1. Go back to Monstro. Tell me how much fun you have the first time through Monstro. Tell me how much fun you have going back to Monstro. Really. And I'm not saying that Atlantica, the swimming stuff, or the flying in Neverland aren't bad. They take away basic game mechanics. Like guard, dodge roll. You can't use your abilities that you've gained. The Sonic Blade, Strike Raid, Ars Arcanum, Ragnarok. You don't have it. Then you get Ars Arcanum there, but you can't use them even when you go back. Even with those hindrances, are they worse than Monstro? I really don't think so. Monstro was really boring. It's really not fun. Yeah, nostalgia glasses are definitely off for this one. I'm looking at this list. I'm like trying to figure out if I can put anything down that almost worst. I kind of wish I had the middle tier because I kind of feel like these two are at the same level and then these two are a step up. Yeah, I feel like I feel like honestly, let me do it like that. And these are just good. So that's it. I think this is a proper tier list. I don't really think there's anything that any world in the tier below gives it that you can go up. So that's it. Yeah, Atlantic is not the worst. It's a second or third to worst. It's definitely not the worst. So have a nice one, guys.